Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira, and you're listening to Choice Sounders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Yeah, baby. We are here with another episode of Bass Entertainment. And guess what? I got my sister girl on here, Miss Wanda T from 6 Degrees Up Podcast. What's up, Wanda girl?
Hey, Troy. What's up, listeners?
Hey, and you know who our special guest is today? The one and only, the legendary Miss Miki Howard. So before we even start talking to Miki, we're going to play this tune from back in the day from Side Effect called Georgie Porgy. You might remember it from Toto, but Miki and the crew did their thing on it back in 1980 also. So check it out.
Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you lock and key. It's really not confusing. I'm just a young illusion, can't you see? I'm not the only one that holds you. No, you're not. I never ever should have told you you're my own. Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it?
Miki put her foot all up in that song, y'all.
I feel like crying after hearing that. It's just like unbelievable.
And it's hard.
I always thought that was the fun thing about that song was to be singing so serious about something that's like a nursery rhyme. So it was so cool to me.
Well, your hair, Miss Miki, in the background. We didn't introduce her yet, but Miss Miki Howard, y'all.
Yay me.
Oh my God. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Really, thank you so much. After hearing that, I'm just like, I can't. I'm speechless because it just reminds you of just the talent and the greatness and unmistakable. Nobody sounds like that.
No.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you.
No. And that's what we say about the artists back in the day. Everybody had their own sound. You know, it was undeniable. Oh, that's Mickey. Oh, that's Patty. Oh, that's Luther. Whoever it was, they had their own sound. Nobody was sounding like one another.
Nope.
You know?
Nope. One. You knew it was.
Exactly. So
that was the thing then.
Yeah. I mean, now it's like, who's that? That sounds just like so-and-so. That sounds just like so-and-so. That sounds like so-and-so. So.
Every generation has their thing.
True.
But I am, Troy and I are of a certain age. And, I think back to when I was a little kid in the 70s and what came along. And I guess when I first started becoming familiar with singers, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and some of the 90s, the singers were unmistakable. You didn't mistake somebody else for somebody else. Now it's all homogeneous. To me, that's what it sounds like.
That's their thing.
That's their thing, right? It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
I know there are a couple of people that are different, but most of them, to me, I can't differentiate one from the other. I cannot.
Yeah, that's just our old age that complains about whatever's new. And it's because everybody does their thing. Every generation has whatever sticks out.
Yeah.
For us, it was may have been this, and other generations it's rhythm. Other generations it's rhyme. Other generations, it evolves and everything gets its turn. But it with the oddest thing I think about today's music are the lyrics. How they tell people to kill each other, and how they say you don't have a body on a gun, you got a gun, but you don't have a body and all this kind of stuff. And then I don't like some of the things, not that I can like or not like, it's just that my appreciation level is pretty low, for some of the lyrics that are out and how sexualized the music has become. Music has always been sexual. It's been one of the main components of sex, people, but it's lost the romance.
Yes.
Right.
I agree.
There's no such thing as a slow jam anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was innuendo, because when you think about a song, one comes to mind for me is Marvin Gaye's You Sure Love to Ball. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't know what ball was. I thought it was an actual ball. But I know you sounded beautiful singing it. And as I think I was like 7 when that record came out. I was like, wow, it's so pretty. And listen to Marvin's voice or Minnie Riperton's Inside My Love. I had no idea what she was talking about, but it was so beautiful and angelic and dreamlike. And I'm sure as for adults, as a grown person now, I can listen to it. And it's very romantic and sensual, but it's not overt. And I love that.
Yeah, it's not vulgar.
Right.
There's a line, between vulgarity and, like I said, romance and, and truth telling. You can tell the truth. You can tell it in a way that horrifies someone, or you can tell it in a way where you say, sit down and let me tell you, I have something I need to talk to you about. It's just so overt and vulgar at this point. And we, as African Americans, don't have the luxury to present ourselves in any way that is vulgar, because we have had so much heaped on us, and we, without warrant, in a lot of occasions, we accept a burden, that is not ours.
It's true.
Very true.
We don't have the luxury to say that, and we're vulgar too.
Right. Exactly. Well, Mickey, if you, for people who are listening who might not be as familiar with you as we are, could you give, the listeners a little background from where you started and, your journey through this business of music and entertainment?
Because you were just 19 when Georgie Porgy was made, somewhere around there.
I was a teenager when I did that. I know I was a teenager. Probably when it came out, I was 19, but I recorded it probably at 17 or 18.
Singing like that.
Yeah. I come from a musical family, so to speak. My mom and dad were both gospel singers. My dad sang in a group, the Pilgrim Jubilees, which was basically his group. Him and his brothers. My uncle Cleve, who's still with us. My mom sang in a group called the Caravans, and there were lots of great singers came out of the Caravans, or a group of lead singers. So that's my gospel background, and I grew up just a fan of everybody.
Where did you grow up?
In Chicago and LA, Los Angeles and Chicago. My mom moved to Los Angeles when I was about 10, but I always went back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Did the move from Chicago to LA, what would you say were the main differences in the music scene between Chicago and LA or at least in the music?
Well, when I was a kid in Chicago, all the music, everybody knew each other because, I was a child in the 60s, 66 and stuff like that. And everyone knew each other. Everybody basically came from gospel, which is something nobody really talks about. I mean, one day I hope someone does a documentary on the Great Migration.
Talk about it a little bit,
Yeah, as far as the musicians were concerned. And, we're all sort of tied into each other. My mom came from Memphis. Mm-hmm. Aretha's dad came from Memphis. They came from Memphis. The Jacksons came from Mississippi and Memphis. Everybody sort of came up there, and they came up together to Chicago and Indiana and Detroit. Mm-hmm. In terms of the David Ruffin and Sam Cooke, they all came from Memphis and Mississippi. And they're all, this little group of musicians and singers that were children of musicians and singers from the church, the deacons and everything. And they all came up, to Chicago and Detroit. And so in Chicago, my life was full of other musicians and singers that my mom and them knew, such as Aretha Franklin, such as the Mavis, the Staple Singers and the Emotions. They were little kids. They were not little kids like I was a child, but they were young people. And it was an amazing time. And I thought that when I grew up, I was going to be like that. I thought, all the musicians and all the artists are going to hang out together and we're going to be over each other's house. And I was like that. And then if they weren't, because the church musicians and everybody, they all came from the same place, and we were still semi-segregated. So they all had to stay with each other and stay in the same neighborhoods. They partied together. They went to the same clubs. They went to the same church, It was a great time, and I just didn't expect to be an adult and have maybe one or two artist friends. That's so weird to me.
Yeah. So that was a change. Once you, got to LA and you started to sing professionally, you didn't see that same kind of camaraderie between.
No, only if someone would come in town, and then my mom or something would go over there. Like when Aretha came in town and did the album, the Amazing Grace album, it was another fun time because everybody was in town. And I just will never forget that. I was 10 years old and I just had to go to every rehearsal. There was no keeping me out. Mm-hmm. It was great. And then, being at James Cleveland's church, who, James Cleveland played for the piano for the Caravans in his young early days. And so they were all great friends. And he insisted that we move to Los Angeles, which is how we got here. Mm-hmm. And I'm in LA now. And it was so great because you would go to church and everybody would come to church. The Pointer Sisters, I remember them coming to church and, everybody was friends. So when they would come in town, we'd see them, but not nearly as much as we did in Chicago and Detroit.
Wow.
So how did you wind up singing with Side Effect after?
Well, I started, I said, I was in a choir and I was going to Praises of Zion Church in Los Angeles. And I was too young to be in this thing they had called a pageant, Miss Black Rose beauty pageant. Mm-hmm. And the teenagers were in that and I wanted to be in so bad. So Carol, the church secretary and also a great friend of the family, she's like my cousin. She said, well, you can sing for the entertainment. So I sang, and Augie Johnson, who was in the group Side Effect, and some other celebrities were in the audience because, it was one of those things. And eventually, he got my number and, I want you to come and try to sing on this and sing on that. And so I started to hang out with him at the studio, and they started to just say, sing, and I sing, and they give me some money. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Did you say some money? All right, I'll sing.
I really wanted to.
So would you say, doing that, I'm sure, building your confidence, building chops, getting you used to that kind of environment, and I guess recording also, because if you were going there, I guess that was all a preparation for you, to start on this journey of a professional career as a singer. So,
yes.
So, after, once I guess you started to become well known with them, were record companies courting you, or was there a bidding war, or it just something that materialized?
It was like I got to be really popular. I sang on many, many records out of Los Angeles from everybody from Roy Ayers, Stanley Turrentine, just the Gap Band, anything. I sung on almost every record that came out of Los Angeles in the late 70s, early 80s. And so everybody sort of heard of me and knew, but they also knew that I was very young. And Augie Johnson was sort of like hovering over, like, Miki can't do anything, can't go anywhere. And I don't know what happened with the girl in the group in Side Effect, but I don't know if she quit, got fired, I don't know what happened. But they had an opening, and they was like, let Miki do it. And I was 16.
Wow. About
17. It's like, let Miki go. So I ended up being in that group and singing all the backgrounds, because they were like heavy doing all the backgrounds around LA and everything. That's pretty much where I absolutely started.
Oh, wow. It just, a natural progression because you had this talent, it just, well, that's how lanes sometimes happen. The universe is like, okay, she's ready. Here's this door, open it. Thank God for that for us.
Never had any, I just wanted to do it so badly. And it was like home to me. It was not like a lot of singers, I don't know how they make it when they come into the business and they've never had anything like this in their life. They're the only ones that have this kind of talent and whatever, and I go, wow, how do they make it? I was actually just born into it. It was my natural progression. There was never anything else expected of me, whatever. They may have wanted me sometimes to say, oh, maybe you should think about what you're going to do. And I said, I'm going to be a star. My mom would talk to me about it, my dad, and they were very encouraging. They were like, yeah, go ahead, dude. That's what you're made for. My father used to call me a thoroughbred. And I never had, this is what I want to do. I love it. And you have an angst for it. But I didn't have a lot of the trepidation that a lot of the other artists do have coming into it with no knowledge of what you're dealing with. Even though I've been taken advantage of as part of the thing, whatever. But I think the advantage that it gave me is that I knew when to put the peg in the hole. Mm-hmm. Take your time. Enjoy your life. When things are going sour, we're going south, go south. Right. It's going north, enjoy your life. Don't put your life on the back burner for your career. And I think that helped me.
See, that's a good, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you. I was going to say, what is one of the things about you that many people might be surprised to know?
I'm brilliant.
Hey.
All right. Amen to that. Yes, you are. Hand claps, right, Wanda?
Hand claps. Claim it.
That's right. Claim it.
Because I think a lot of times with us, I don't know, maybe it's a cultural thing you learn growing up, from certain generations of Black culture. It's like you always want to be humble. You don't want to brag about being. No, maybe we need to do that.
Yeah.
Need to claim that. You know what? Thank you, Miki. You are brilliant.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
For me, it's a thing that I must say now, because for so many years, coming up, because you're different as being an artist, people call me Dumb Dora, I'm airhead, all of those things. And I, over the years, have found out that I'm absolutely not an airhead. I'm not dumb at all. In fact, I'm brilliant. And perhaps people don't understand me and don't get me. It's not my fault. It's not their fault, but they don't have the intelligence too, And you'll find that a lot of singers are really, really bright.
Oh, yeah.
Like Aretha Franklin was so bright, I almost never knew what she was talking about.
Well,
Like-
for people, I always, say this. Your opinion of me is none of my business.
Exactly.
Until they treat you that way. See, that's the thing. People treat you the way they feel about you. And then when they feel like you're dumb, and you got to do all kinds of things with them, they treat you as if you're dumb. And and when you accept it or say, well, I must be and maybe not as smart as everyone else because they keep treating me like I'm dumb. Well, when you know what? I'm not. What's going on here is I'm kind. What's going on here is I'm intelligent enough to know that this really doesn't matter. What's going on is I'm practicing something that you may never get to. So I can't, people say don't stoop to someone's level. They say that a lot. And it's true in terms of leave people where they are.
You know what is funny? You just took me back to a time when I was in the Marine Corps and the drill instructor used to call me Space Cadet, right?
Oh, you did, Troy? Oh, wow.
He used to call me Space Cadet. And it wasn't that I was dumb. It's that I didn't see purpose in some of the stuff that they was telling me to do. So I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, Troy, in the military, they don't have that.
Oh, no. I saw my drill instructor years later. He told me he don't know how I made it out of boot camp because I was just defiant.
Well, you know how this system works. It's like, okay, you can't go up against it. When you go up against it, they and question it, they're not used to that. Mm-mm. And especially, being a Black man, how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed by the doctor as a nonconformist recluse and given a prescription to take a walk 20 minutes a day because I can literally, with the lockdown, I was like, whoa!
I don't have to see nobody.
Really? I can literally just stay in, watch TV, oh my God. And I'm still trying to get over DoorDash and Instacart. Like, I don't even have to go to the market.
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-mm. People act like that's, there's nothing wrong with that because you are perfectly happy. You're not hurting anyone. You're perfectly content. I don't understand when there's differences. People question that because you're not doing what everybody else is doing. It's like, okay, so I'm just doing me. How is that hurting you?
Yeah, I feel like it's not time for that right now. We all know it's the end of the world, the end of the time, the end of the age, the end of the system. We all know it. Everybody's scared and everybody's like trying to bounce along like, it's not, but it is. And we know it is. And it's like, yeah, whoa. It's amazing. It's a great time. It's a great, amazing time.
Well, do you find in the environment we're in now, are you extra creative or, it hasn't changed or, because when you're by yourself, you have the ability to think about ideas, writing songs from that, standpoint, or it's just even doing nothing?
No, I mean, creative. Okay, wait. I can't show you. I have painted everything. I got stripes going all over my room. I've written half my book. I started a new CD, a new album, whatever you want to call it. It's so good. I love it. It's like what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is expected of me.
So it has helped you with your creativity.
Oh, yeah. It's allowed me to surrender myself to like, oh, God. I don't have, but since we've been going back to work since June, May, like literally went really back to work in the end of May, June. Mm-hmm. It was just back to packing and all of that stuff again. Mm-hmm. But before that time was great because every week or every 2 weeks, I had to pack. I actually make money with my body. People only see that, with athletes, they believe, But when you see Patti LaBelle at 79 doing a 2-hour show, that's the same as an athlete.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The endurance you need to do that.
yeah, and you know, you got to pack and unpack
and travel,
all these different things and stuff. So this has been going on with me for years and 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 years. So without the kind of, you know, vacations and things that people, our upper echelon entertainers get, you know, I'm a hard ass, feet on the ground. You know, your body's in the place. That's how I make my money.
right?
So I'm doing that all the time. So I'm tired. So those 2 years.
Okay, it was a respite.
Yeah.
My voice is always a little bit lower, a little bit raspier, because I'm always on it. I never got a chance to get off of it in years and years and years. So it is like, it was great. That part
was just a time to relax, calm, and rest.
Yes.
Well, good. That's a great thing. So you find that now that because I think you were here. I'm in DC right now, so I think you were here recently. So in the 2-year break, do you find that's been really good for your voice and giving you more endurance on stage and helping you maybe to?
What it's good for my voice is, like, you know, to record.
Okay.
Because it's so fun. I have so many different colors and textures and tones now, which are like, oh wow, hey, you know, which ones are permanent, and you know, you know. But the thing is, in traveling and coming back and forth, the endurance part. Let me tell you something. I caught COVID at least 3 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
At least 3 times. My granddaughter, my son's wife passed away. They were divorced.
Sorry.
I ended up having my granddaughter with me, and she was 16, you know, and it happened at the beginning of the pandemic. And then I caught it, my son caught it, my daughter caught it. And then they started school. And so my grandson, who stays with me all the time, you know, he's just like, I'm going to Gma, I'm going to Gma. It was no keeping him away. So I got vaxxed, caught it again. Then my son and his family, my other son, wanted to come over and visit, and they were all sick and drunk. I'm like, you guys don't come. Oh, Mom, it's not COVID. It's food poisoning. Oh, I'm so sure. I'm like, no. Okay. 4 days later, again, I had COVID. I'm telling you, and each time they were like different symptoms. And then last time I had it, I was like, they were testing everybody so they could go back to school or whatever they were going to do in the house. And I said, well, I'm sure I don't have it. You know, I'm just a little stuffy. I'm sure you guys all tested negative. I'm sure. I'm testing me, and I'm the only one that came back positive.
How the hell that happened?
That's wild.
So I don't even care what they're saying on TV or whatever. I know for a fact you can catch it over and over in different variants. But each time was a little less painful, but it was it's been a drag. So I said that to say this, that the COVID takes away your endurance. And the very first time I had the COVID, I started to, after a year off, I said, let me go and rehearse myself. I started to go to the studio and just rehearse myself. The first 20 minutes, I was sweating like, I'm a heavy perspirer anyway, but I couldn't stand up. I was like, how am I going to do this? And then we had some more time off. And so I kept going in and, practicing and trying to get, my stamina and everything. It was bad. Wow. So then the first few shows, I did feel faint.
Okay.
I did. But, I've been doing everything.
Right. So I guess preparing to run a race, you have to train. So doing live shows is helping you to train for it. Yeah. That makes sense. And especially with COVID affecting how you breathe, singing, you're breathing and, pushing. So, yeah. Well, thank God you survived it.
Amen to that, right? Especially since you had it in the beginning.
Right.
When before they even had the vaccinations, probably.
I had it before the vaccine.
Yeah.
I had it twice after the vaccine.
Wow. Wow.
Well, you know, I was thinking about playing another song from Side Effect. That's one of my favorites. Is "Take Me as I Am."
Oh, I wrote that. I gotta make sure. Gotta find out where my royalties on that.
Yeah, go
Forgot all about that.
on, get your money, girl.
I wish.
We gonna make you some more money right now by playing it.
Okay, it might be 5 cents because you know they don't really send too much money for streaming, but
All right, yeah, streaming, y'all get robbed. That's a whole other subject.
But I'm going to play it. So let's check this one out. This is also from Side Effect, and it's called "Take Me as I Am."
Take me as I am. Do with me what you will. No matter what you say or do, I'll be in love with you still. Or will I go out with the waste because of my bitter taste? The past I cannot erase. So take me as I am. Love is not a plaything, only heartache that will bring. If you don't take this chance to have a sweet romance. Life and love, they go hand in hand, just like woman and man. And I need you, baby, I know you need me too. So let's give this romance a chance, chance. I love you. There's nothing you can do to change that. I'll always be the one you need. Only time can change and mend those old pains. And life goes on. But here's what I want you to do. Keep this in mind. No matter how much time goes by, baby, I'll always be on your side. True love is in my heart for you. See, I'll never leave. Won't you believe me now? I'm yours. Come on and get my love. I really need you by my side. Baby, got to have your love. Take me baby. Stay with me now. I know we can make it through the rough times.
That ain't no but church right there.
That's some good old singing right there.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
So funny. I was like so into Aretha Franklin. I was trying to sing like Aretha Franklin and I wrote that, trying to make me a song like Aretha. And it's so sweet how the guys are like so supporting me and trying to make it really good, singing all the backgrounds.
Right.
So,
I definitely heard the Aretha in there. I said, oh, yep.
I was like, I'm going to sing like Aretha Franklin.
So good when you hear these influences and you can extrapolate what you like, but it still comes out you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love
That's how it is. I think everyone's inspired by somebody. In fact, I tell people all the time, I'm like, find somebody that you identify with, someone that resonates with you, and follow their path. And you're going to make your own shoes anyway. Right. But, you got to start somewhere. And it's great to have a pattern.
Who else were you influenced by?
Oh, everybody, Aretha Franklin, Billie Holiday, Abbey Lincoln, Sarah Vaughan, Nina Simone. They were staples in our house. Laura Lee. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I can tell you so many people, it was just great. But those are my big influences.
Okay. Fantastic. Please.
Mavis Staples.
Oh, yeah, Mavis.
I just want to go. Oh man.
But being surrounded by, hearing all that, but being surrounded by all the talent that you've been surrounded by, including your parents, coming from that, how could you not be as brilliant as you are? There's no way you can have, making that soup and all those ingredients and then not be delicious, because it is.
Exactly. I'm the gumbo.
Okay.
I am not mad. Thank you.
Oh gosh, but it takes a lot. I'm 60, going to be 62. And it took all this time to say, you come out knowing who you are and what you want and all that stuff. And then everyone strips it off of you, in the guise of, keeping you humble and those type of things. And I got a big head at a certain time. Success does that, especially your first time. But I don't think it's right for people to try to make artists fit into a box and say, you got to be just like everyone else, because we're not able to. Exactly. We're not able to.
No, everybody has their own individuality.
Well, tell me, was this at Atlantic or Giant? Did somebody tell you have to be like, because I'm saying the Miki Howard, it's funny, record companies, they sign you because they hear what they like and they try to change you. Who tried to change you to be other than what you are? Because what you are is phenomenal.
Because that's what
No, nobody get that. They can't change me. That's the problem.
Well, what would they try to? Why would they try to change?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Are people in general that want you to be like them? And I'm talking about just trying to have a life, regular, whatever, you can't go out with your friends all the time. For one, you've got to rest, and you try to do it. It's the demise of artists.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we want to party too, and we want to eat, and we want to go to brunch, and we want to come to the baby shower, and we want to go to the birthday party, and we want to be at Big Mama's house for the barbecue, and but you can't. And it's not always just that you're not physically available; you're not mentally available. You just, where you reside in your mind, in your head, and in your body doesn't allow it. And that's the most difficult thing, I think, about being an artist. And I try really hard. You try to be friends. I love all my friends, but I just can't do the stuff that they do. Yeah,
I get that.
I guess it's the trade-off of having this kind of life. It's like you miss those things. But I like what you said in the beginning. You still try to live in conjunction with having this career. I guess you have to do the best you can do.
Especially when you...
it's fine. But because I'll never have friends like you have a friend. Like my friends meet Miki Howard. Anybody that you meet you on your level with your people, with your friends, your family, whatever. I don't even have family left. Most of my sisters have passed away. My dad is gone. I have my kids. And then you're always worried about who and what they're running into and stuff like that. But nobody meets you as you. Even when I was a young artist, I've never been just Michelle. that can, I've always been the artist. I never have been able to enjoy certain things that I would like to, but I can't. I ain't worried about it now. I'm too old.
You ain't old.
Right.
I'm too old to be worried about it, girl.
But that's true.
That's true.
You know how many men I met that told me they never heard of me? And then you date them and you go, you're not only heard of me, you're a freaking fan.
Right. So they lied to get next to you. And then...
that's the thing. We always want to pull each other down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody's doing on the internet. I mean, I laugh at a lot of stuff when I watch, but everybody thinks that being truthful and being honest means to gut someone. Exactly. And that's not what it means. Your honesty should have a purpose. Mm-hmm. It should have, even if it's just to say, I don't want to be around you.
Right.
Your honesty should have a purpose. It shouldn't just be, and y'all need to do something about y'allself. The women, how y'all doing nowadays, and the men ain't shit, and the women ain't shit. Well, ain't nothing shit.
Right.
Everything has gone to hell. Get over it.
Why don't you, instead of saying all the negative parts, why don't you say how they can become better?
Right.
Everybody's doing the best they can.
Yeah.
We are a damaged group of people. We're from all kinds of, it's like putting a Chinese, a Japanese, a German, a Jewish person, somebody from Belize, somebody from Brazil, all in a kennel and saying, y'all all the same color. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So be the same culture.
Right. Yeah.
You got 22 different cultures within this one group of people, and you say get along. And you can't do that because we got to all be human, okay, or we're gonna all perish as fools. That's just it. You can't. It's okay to have different cultures and different traditions and things like that, but they all must be based in and on love.
Yes.
And until we do that, it's nothing gonna happen. But Scripture says that will happen. So we're at the end of those old horrible days, and everything goes out with a bang. So yeah, we're gonna experience some stuff. But the ultimate, I think, the goal of all of this that we're gonna go through is that we're gonna find out that we are human beings and we have love, and God is love, and that's what's gonna save the world. Everybody, they don't read the Scripture. And they think the sacred secret is so secret that you can't understand it. Well, I mean, what more can you say when they say God is love?
Right.
Right. Well, speaking of differences, when you started at Atlantic, and there's a whole lot of different artists, especially when you're talking about R&B and soul music, how did you differentiate yourself? Or were you allowed to differentiate yourself? How much creative input did you have in making those first records, which I thought were brilliant, especially the Miki Howard album in 1989. I mean, I still play that from the beginning to the end, still, and just blown away by it. How did they allow you to have your input, have your say of what direction you were, wanted to go?
Look, girl, I did.
Hey, that's
it wasn't any power struggle. They tried me, it's like, if Miki doesn't like it, it's not going to be good. It's not going to come out well. I had it in my contract for approval,
okay.
But because coming in, like I said, being in business all my life, and my family conjunctively have like 150 years in show business. They only been recording for 120, 10 maybe. So it's like, your points that you really wanted were to get as many points as you could, which they're not going to give you many because you're a Black artist and you're R&B, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But make sure you have creative control and control over your image and things like that, which I totally did. And nobody ever gave me any push on that. Sylvia Rome worked with me on picking the songs, and she worked tirelessly. They looked through songs. They looked through, people send songs. They actually listen to these songs. I tell artists all the time, send your music in to people because they're looking for hits. Mm-hmm. So if you send it once, send it again. keep sending it because everyone's looking for a hit. If you really believe in your product, send it. Because back in those days, we looked through many, many, many songs, hundreds of songs. And then that was before we got seasoned writers that would come in. Once you make a showing, then you can go and say, yeah, we want the writers, the best writers or stuff like that. But it was like that. We listened to songs.
Well, good. That's great. That's great to hear because a lot of times when you start out at a label, depending on who I guess what kind of say you have or how you purport yourself.
Yeah, I freak out. I'm like, I can't believe like when artists say that they can't do this and they can't do that or they do this or that. Like that's insane. I don't know. I'm like, really? That's weird. Like I didn't come up in that era for me. Mm-hmm. It was never like that. It was, what do you like? What do you want? I got the best this for you. I got the best that for you. And, they get the best designers, the best, and you tell them what you want and they just made it work.
No, that's great.
That is excellent, right? Because sometimes they say, well, I want you to sound like Whitney Houston, or I want you to sound like so-and-so. They're hot now.
Hey, I want me to sound like Whitney Houston too. What can we do?
Okay.
No, but no.
But that's the thing for me. We have Whitney. I don't want Miki Howard to sound like Whitney. I want Miki Howard to be Miki Howard because there's no other big. And I'm sure Whitney would tell you, oh, she don't need to be me. She need to be her because she bad.
Right.
I never, if that was said, I never took insult or injury to it. It's always a compliment because I can't do anything but be me. We were switching off songs all the time. They were writing songs for me and they give it to her. They write songs for her and then I get it. And we quite loved each other and would often talk and speak about how do you do this or how do you do that or what did you do? Or, she was a really wonderful person. And to be compared to somebody like that was like, that's so cool.
I say this all the time.
It's inaccurate.
I think game knows game. I think when masters are with each other, they know when the other person is a master.
Yes. So
you have mutual adoration. That the same kind of talent. So you could laugh and trade off stories and ask, professional, this inside information. How do you do this? How do you do that? Because you're trading secrets as masters. And I don't think masters aren't threatened by each other. They recognize the other person, the other master's talent, and they admire it and say, wow, maybe I could do that, but just put my thing on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we would do. And we talked about, she wanted to be less pop and I wanted to be more pop. It's like, well, I not want to be more pop, but more, I want to resonate with more people. Right. I'm a soulful singer and she's, she was able to cut through that thin line, and I was like, that was amazing. That's so like great to be able to do. And people would bash her, say, oh, you're singing white and this and that and the other and stuff like that. And then she'd get her feelings hurt. But it's like, girl, no.
No, it's not singing white. It's pop because it's popular.
Right.
It's pop because all those people, see, I don't like that whole, kind of.
That's not what it meant to us.
Right.
Pop meant white. It meant white. And the majority of the country is white.
Right, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Even if I sold record to every Black person in America, I still am not, considered a top selling artist.
Right.
And well, you know what? It's, that's their loss.
Child, I ain't worried about it now. I don't care.
Right. if they ever heard you and didn't get it, then that's their loss. Because I don't know how you don't get that.
Exactly.
Girl, I'm so grateful. I learned to be grateful about all of the things that God didn't allow in my life, truly, because when I tell you, I know why now. I couldn't have handled half of that stuff.
It's a reason for everything, ain't it?
Yeah, because you don't know what the Lord is saving you from. When something don't happen,
I know now. Oh, shoot.
Grandma said,
you DoorDash person. Where the hell is he?
You got some food coming?
Yeah. He better leave my food.
Nikki said she ain't leaving. She ordering her food and they better bring her food to her house.
He tried to contact me. Where the hell is he? Look, you better bring my food, boy.
Well, you know what? While you go get that food, we go play Come Share My Love.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up.
Hey, everybody, we go play Come Share My Love. You remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
There's a light that can not shine until you come into my life and love reveals you will be the one for me. And I'll give you all I have to give, all the love, all the joy my heart can give, hoping you will share the same with me. Come share my love. Come share my love. Come share my joy. Come share my joy. Come share my love. Won't you come share with me, pretty baby? Come into my life, share love. There's a peak on every mountain, a shore for every sea. It's hard to understand, were you meant for me? There's an answer to the question, but there's no guarantee. And I'll give you all I have to give, all the love, all the joy my heart can give, hoping you will share the same with me. Ooh, come share my love. Come share my love. Come share my joy. Come share my love. Won't you come share with me, pretty baby? Come into my life, share my love. Come share my love. Won't you share my love? Come share my joy. Won't you come on and share my joy? Share my love. Share my love. Come share my joy. Share my love. Come share my joy. Come on and share my joy. Share my love. Come share my love. Share my joy. Won't you come on and share my joy? Come share my love. Come share
Now, question. How did you feel when that came out? When you was like, oh my gosh, that joint was being played everywhere.
Everywhere.
You said, oh my God.
It still excites me.
Mm.
That's great. I was in college at the time, and it was like, wow.
Yes, that album, I remember with Imagination, everybody was singing that song also on talent shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you coming to a club and when I was in college at Hampton University, and you came to a club in Virginia Beach called the Big Apple. And I remember that I was mad because it sold out and I couldn't get a ticket. And a friend of mine went and showed me a picture that you took with him. And I remember being so disappointed because, it sold out so fast. And I was like, dang. But then at some point I was able to see you in DC at Constitution Hall. So that made it all better.
I used to love to go play there.
At Constitution Hall?
Yes.
Yeah, and well, that's where everybody comes to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, DC going to give you some love.
Yeah.
The energy in the room is going to be crazy.
Exactly. It's either there or the Warner Theater, or if it's a bigger show, what used to be the Capitol Center, but that's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's no longer there. But yeah, those were definitely some good times. I saw you there with Regina Bell the first time I saw you. Phenomenal show. You know,
as you get
my food.
okay. Miki got her. Okay.
Yay.
So, Miki, can you tell our listeners?
Hold on, let's get a food.
Okay, let me let you get your food.
Okay, no, I was just my grandson talking about. Don't eat my gumbo.
So you just talk about gumbo.
Gumbo. Here, eat some catfish nuggets. Okay. That's why I was mad. I ordered from my good soul food place.
Ooh, name drop. We like to name drop. Name drop for the listeners, so when they come to LA and want some soul food. What's the name of the place?
Harold and Bell's.
Carol and Bill's?
Yep, Harold and Bell's.
Harold and Bell. Okay.
Harold and Bell.
Okay.
So you're going to get some catfish nuggets, some gumbo. They do some Louisiana cooking up in Harold and Bell.
It's so good though. It's the best one here.
All right, so now I know I got to go.
Yep, exactly. Where
are you guys at? Where are you at now?
Well, I'm in Connecticut.
I'm in DC.
Yes.
Oh, my East Coast family.
Right?
So, but I'm putting Harold and Bell's now. So when I go see my niece and her husband for Thanksgiving, I know I can go out there and get some food.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And tell them about it.
I got to make a trip out there. You know, Jay Ross, the boss who helped put all this together. Shout out to Jay Ross.
My baby.
There was an hand clap story.
Yes.
Jay Ross, the boss. He's
Yes. Yes. You didn't hear the hand claps?
Oh, I didn't hear none.
You didn't? Let me do it again. Jay Ross, the boss.
There we go. Looking it up. So, Miki, when you left Atlantic, were you just dissatisfied, or you wanted to go to a new place, or what was the?
I got married to somebody that was an absolute idiot, and he decided that I wasn't getting the same kind of publicity as several of the other artists that were out at that time, such as the Whitneys, and then Mariah Carey came out and dusted me. Everybody, he's like, "Oh, you're supposed to blah 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 blah. You need to get off that label. I'm getting you off that label. Blah blah blah." And they had meetings without me and all kind of stuff because I'm the wife. And the husband called and said, "I never wanted to leave Atlantic. I loved where I was. I was happy. I was." Everything was good, and so it that was all in that mess of I got married and it was a very bad time in my life. I made a big mistake and that's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know well, now we know the story behind, because I never know you didn't want to move. I thought maybe they didn't renew your contract or whatever.
No, I never been kicked off the label, even though I said that before. I never have been kicked off the label. I've had to fight to get away from the label. There's never been a label say, "Oh, we dropping you. We don't want to renew you," ever. Well, it was always a fight.
Well, I mean, the one, I guess the thing for me that came out of it, Femme Fatale, I loved.
Yes.
I love that record. That was released on Giant. So to me, as a listener and a fan, that wasn't a mistake to me. I mean, I'm a skater, and at the skating rink now, ain't nobody like you. They still bump that.
Oh, please.
Still. Yeah.
At the skating rink. I'm gonna have to
I love them.
Yeah.
I was still a young woman and they kept trying to make me be old. And it was like, I wanted to follow the footsteps of Aretha and all that, but I was 27 and I looked 35, and I wanted to do like Ain't Nobody Like You and stuff like that, because I wanted to do music of my time as well, So that's how that came about. And when I got over to Giant Records, what kind of record are you going to make? And I had more of control of what I wanted to do at Giant Records, even though Atlantic Records was great and Sylvia was wonderful. She knew how to marry the soul with the hit and push forward like that. Giant was supposed to offer a wider audience, which I didn't get. And consequently, I am an African-American Black soul urban music artist. And I grew up to want to be that, because when I grew up, that's what, we were,
Right.
the Sly and the Family Stones, right, and Abbey Lincolns and everybody. We were, and Nina Simone's, they were singing race records.
Exactly.
Quote unquote. We were singing about Black power and our love for each other and things like that. So I had no ambition to be a pop artist.
No.
I wanted to be a popular soul artist.
Right.
Right. Well, we might as well play Ain't Nobody Like You.
Ooh.
Okay?
Yay.
Since you talked about, let's play that joint right now. This is a bad joint.
And works on the radio right now today.
Of course.
Just now current. And it's 30 years old. Just
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
But no, that's a mark of great music. That is timeless. You put it on now and it still works.
So let's go on and do it. Here we go. That's just a classic right there.
Joy, can you see us in the skating ring?
Yes.
That sounds fun. I want to do that.
Right? Well, when Wanda had one of her birthday party, she had a skating party. We all went down to D.C. and went skating.
Yeah, for my 40th birthday, we had a skating party.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Oh, shoot. We had a great time that weekend.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of shenanigans and a whole bunch of stuff, but it was fun. It was fun.
So we skipped over Love Confessions. And that's another one. I mean, I was in the service then, and I used to play that song, that whole album to death from beginning to end. I was like, oh my God, this woman is insane. From Bitter Love, That's What Love Is, You Change.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Let's play a little something off of Love Confessions. You know what? I'm going to play Bitter Love. That's one of my favorites off of there. Hey, everybody, check this out. This is Bitter Love. If you don't know this one, hopefully you will be enlightened.
Be over you, though common sense might tell me better. Maybe this has been overdue. Maybe I should just try and forget you. But I don't want to leave love this way. Why should two hearts lose to bitter love? Say what you want to. So there's got to be more. Say what you want to, do what you got to. Just don't leave me so. Memories lost with the photographs, faded ink on a torn love letter. Thought we had much more than that. Shouldn't love leave us something better? Should two hearts lose to bitter love? Say what you want to, do what you got to. Just don't leave me so. Bitter love. There's got to be more. Say what you want to, do what you got to. Just don't leave me so. Bitter love. Bitter love. Say what you want to, do what you got to. Just don't leave me so. Bitter love. Feeling like I do, I can't forget the heartache, and letting go's not good enough. 'Cause I'm still loving you, and after all the mistakes, let's not fall again and give into the bitterness of love.
Miki,
Baby,
you were
please
one of
be
those
mine.
artists that could make a record and you could play it from the beginning to the end, not just the singles. You could play it from the beginning to the end. And, you know, I love that.
Thank you. That is so awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I come from an era of that. That was, I'm like, wow. When people started to make records that you only could enjoy 2 or 3, I was like, that's weird.
Right. What I'm wasting my money for? That don't even make sense. Why you waste your time?
It was weird though. You know, as long as you had one hit, they were good with it.
No, I can't deal with that. I'm gonna hear the whole thing. Like everybody's, like some people now, I'm starting to recollect vinyl, and people come, oh, did you get this album? You get that album? I said, I'm not buying that album. They only got one song on it. I need to be able to play the whole album all the way through. I'm not stopping the album to change a record, to skip over a song. I want to put that thing on and listen to the whole thing if I'm going to listen to vinyl.
Right. Well, me, any record in CD form or whatever, or I have it on my iPod. I mean, I love the fact that, back in those days, you could have a whole record that was like an Earth, Wind & Fire record, a Rufus record.
Right.
Stevie
Wonder was
Stevie, Marvin.
Oh my God! You can Phoebe Snow, the whole album.
Yes,
you can listen.
White Band. You just put the record on.
Yeah, I love the Average White.
Just play it all the way through. So it's like the blessing of that. I don't know. I mean, record companies want to make money, and at a certain point, it was a singles market. All they care is about having a hit, and if they have a hit, it might push the sale of the album, and then you're bad luck if you get the record and it's like, oh, dad.
Right, you done dropped me. I was that thing got me all wanting more, and you gave me some half-ass shit.
Well,
yeah, I like my new single. It's just a single because I'm still working on the rest of the project, and throughout like the pandemic and all of that, I've just been taking my time and enjoying making the record and hoping that people find it a relaxing record, something they can play and take a long drive or stuff like that, clean your house and things like that. That's why I'm doing one at a time and taking my time. And you can put the record that you want together for yourself. Mm-hmm. Like you can like now put whatever records you want together and make your own album.
So do you feel now, because you're able to do that as opposed to back in the day, again, record companies want to make money, the pressure to put out a record, what's the difference in the recording process now? Did you ever feel that pressure to be rushed to put something together as opposed to now when you could take your time?
I used to be really fast anyway, because I had children, I have stuff to do, I got to handle it. The only reason it only takes like a day or two for me for each side, but it's like getting into the studio now, making all the arrangements to do it. And then once it's done, you have to do everything yourself. I mean, people love the independent thing. All it did was teach me why we pay the label. But
you just like to roll in, know what I'm going to record and let them handle everything else. All I need to do is say, I mean, that, there's a piece in that too. That's true. I'm just going to do my job as a singer. I don't have time to be the A&R administrator. That's why they get paid. I feel you. It's a trade-off. Mm-hmm.
And it's the older I get, the more I'm like, why don't y'all sign old people? Because you got to do all the radio stuff yourself. I had to do all the artwork and everything for the cover and get all the people's names and then write everything down, the liner notes. And then you got to get the ECBN number and the Value 617 number. And then, you got to, I'm like, listen, where's the people that do this shit? It's like, and things slip through the crack. And
Woo. Yeah. I get it.
I get it too. Sad.
So now you're wearing two.
They should not take as much money as they take. But they have a service and they're all hooked in. You never find all your money.
We definitely look at, it's definitely a non, back then it was definitely a non-level playing field. I think it's become more of a level playing field now because they're not making the money that they were making back in those days. That's why they have these 360 deals. That, they want to take a piece of everything because back in the day,
if they weren't making the money that they were making, they close up. They're making money for 100 years of recordings.
Oh, absolutely.
100 years every day. They're making money for 100 years off these recordings. If they never made another dime, they could still roll.
Oh, I agree with you.
That's true.
Billie Holiday made her first records in 1920, 1921.
And they still playing.
Billie Holiday, it didn't cut down on her sales. It increased her sales because now she's in your hand. If you want to hear Good Morning Heartache, you push a button. You don't have to go to the record store. You don't have to say, oh, I don't have the album. They're making money every fucking second now. And they got y'all thinking, oh, the record company, that's some fucking bullshit. They got 100 years of recordings that they're getting all the money for.
Oh,
and
the catalog, definitely. Absolutely.
Catalog after catalog. From Aretha Franklin, from, I always say that because, like she sold so many records from Whitney Houston. That's just the ones in our time. You got to talk about Muddy Waters. You got to talk about
Scott Joplin. Ellington,
Scott Joplin. You gotta talk about Jelly Roll Morton.
Yeah,
you probably didn't cut with one record. This is what I'm talking about for 100 years, and now all of their descendants, that shit goes right to these
record labels. Yeah, the descendants ain't getting none of that money.
That's every second, and then it's only certain amounts of labels, and then. At one point they got real crazy and sold most of the catalogs to Japan, to Sony in Japan.
So now they making all the damn money.
It's and they've been like, and it's nobody you can't really do anything, and you see all these rappers dropping dead. You say you never heard of these rappers? They're selling 200, 300, 500,000 and 1 million records in their state. They don't have to sell records all over the world no more. You can sell records in Florida only and be a millionaire when you're on your own.
That's true.
Like those kids are doing. And then all of a sudden they come up dead and you say, I never heard of that boy. Who is that?
Right.
Why is he dead? He was selling how many records? How many downloads did he have? All of this type of thing. That's why they're coming up dead. The mob, and I don't know who it's the mob or whoever it is whatever, whoever runs this stuff is like, you won't be selling no millions of records without me being involved.
Right. Well, speaking of overseas, did you have, was that a territory, regions like Europe or Japan? Did you tour a lot, or was that something you?
I was always surprised. I toured Russia a few times, which was always strange to me because they don't really like black people, like, in general. Like, I don't, because it was like free civil rights, America over there, come in the back door, don't talk to people, don't touch nobody else. I was like, it's like crazy. Went over there a few times and it was like, they gave their best orchestra, everything, had big, huge pictures of me on buildings and stuff. I was like, when did all this happen? It was so amazing. And then, I went to Germany, and I don't go overseas a lot because I haven't the real agents. And then I went through this whole period of blackball, just because somebody said I don't like her and she's this or she's that or whatever, jealousies or weird shit that goes on. Maybe God just didn't want me to be doing certain things,
Because typically for what you do, because the biggest music market, back outside of for live music, for soul music is England, and then the rest of Europe and definitely Japan. I mean, yeah. Love it. So I'm shocked that you weren't. I
went to Japan a lot, but they would always pair me with people like, jazz musicians and stuff that they don't bring a sound person for a vocalist. And you're singing with people that are playing pianos and horns and stuff, and they have nobody for the vocals, and you want me to sing over a 5-octave range, and I don't have that without the proper amplification. Night after night, 2 shows, 4 nights, I lose my voice a lot.
Right,
it just wasn't fun. And for me, the men always treat me like I'm one of the boys. They don't treat me like a woman, or they'd be really jealous. And so it was always really hard, and I just didn't like it. So I stopped, even trying to go.
Well, I'm sorry for the fans over there because I know, having gone there so much, I know that you are a singer that they love, that kind of a performance, that kind of voice.
Right.
They dig it.
And it's a shame that you weren't able to go there, and they didn't book you on your own.
Right. I don't get that.
Your own talents. Why you got to go up there with somebody else?
Yeah, and
because I've been unprotected in this business for my entire career, basically. Either somebody's upset because they want to be your husband, your lover, and take over your career, and then they get really jealous. They don't want anybody to do anything for you without coming through them and all this kind of. I had a lot of trepidation in terms of being female and being strong, and then trying to have a balance in terms of I love my family, I love my kids, I love God. And those things, are going to always be paramount. And this singing is a means to an end for both of us, for the audience and myself. Right. So it's just trying to maintain a balance of that. And sometimes you lose your footing. And I lost my footing. And it's just what it is. But I still feel good because I have a life, and I had a chance to enjoy my children, and I had a chance to go to rehab and and not do some of the detrimental things that come along with this. It's occupational hazards, and just be sitting here with my grandson and all my grandkids. When one leaves, another one comes, and it's like it's the best.
Yeah,
it's like so cool.
And they see you. Like you said, you said everybody that meets you see you as Miki Howard. They don't see you as Miki Howard. No. They see you as Gma.
And then they don't understand what they mean. If you do the same thing that this one does and you do it as well, I was like, oh my gosh. But they say they love me so much. Mm-hmm. They love me so much. And it's the best thing in the world to see yourself through someone else's eyes that doesn't have a jaded view. They don't know anything about your past or nothing. It's just like, that's my G-mom.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked about the latest single, so we definitely got to play it.
Yeah, it's an Abbey Lincoln record. Now that I'm a mature woman and my message is different for the people, it's like, totally love each other. It's like love God, love each other, love your children. Just give your love away. It's the end of the world. At least go out with a bang. Enjoy yourself, man. Yeah.
Okay. So if y'all didn't hear this one, matter of fact, this was number one on the UK chart. Then they go to number one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah. So
hey.
And it's called Throw It Away. So check it out, y'all. I love this song. It's so sexy and sultry and moody. And it's kind of, is it autobiographical? Do you feel like you?
Yeah. You got to see the video.
Yeah. Well, I saw the video. It's on my website too.
Yeah, it's a prelude to a documentary that's coming up.
All right. We're gonna talk about that after the song. Come on, y'all. Throw it away.
I live, a figure made of clay. I think about the things I lost, all the things I gave away. And when I'm in a certain mood, I search the house and look. One night I found these magic words in a special book. Shine through lose a thing if it belongs to you. There's a hand that rocks the cradle and a hand to make a stand with a gentle kind of motion as it moves across the land. See, the hands unclenched and open gives of life and love it brings. Keep your hands wide open if you need anything. Here's what you do. Throw it away. Throw it away. Live your life. Give your love each and every day. Keep your hands wide open. Let the sun shine through. You can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. Throw it away. Throw it away. Keep your hands wide open in case you need anything. Throw it away. Throw it away. Give your love, live your life each and every day. And keep your hands wide open. Let the sun shine through. 'Cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. You can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. Say it belongs to you. Say it belongs to you.
How smooth. That's just a beautiful song right there. That's one of you just,
Hey, mother.
yes, you just sit back and close your eyes and let it take you away.
So can't you see her doing that at Jazz Cafe though in London? Can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Or Ronnie Scott?
Yeah,
Say it again.
I gotta get over there.
Yes, because they would love that. And I know
Definitely.
a couple of places in Amsterdam, please. Perfect for that. Because they still like that over there. They still love this kind of music.
A little,
We
a little
would too if
speakeasy.
we hear it.
Say that again, Mickey. I'm sorry.
We don't even play our own shit, man. The only time we play, like, even on like the stations, they'll play like older music or whatever or something. But a new, like, you guys, we still here.
Yeah.
Play the freaking music.
But that's,
yeah.
that's
Take our
why,
stuff back.
that's why I started this
Stop
podcast.
feeding our kids the garbage. We doing it. We do. These people at these stations are not young children programming these songs.
Absolutely.
These people are my age programming these songs. So either we.
That's why I started doing this podcast. I said, because you know what? There's a lot of great music out there. We always say that, it's no great music. It is there. It's just not being played. So we got to make our own little niches and our own little ways of getting it out. So that's why I said, let me do this podcast.
The outlet for it, because otherwise, regular celestial radio, I don't know. I guess they have maybe from corporations or whoever they got.
It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. It's those bad forces trying to put their stuff out, like saying, like, hey, and try to push the good away. Mm-hmm. But it's we just gonna turn it off. We don't have a choice because we can't listen to that, and our kids can't listen to that, and we cannot keep perpetuating one or two songs. I can dig it. But when it's to the point where you guys are doing scissor on the freaking BET Awards, you open up the American Music Awards and all of this stuff, and we are not sexualized, then we don't exist.
Right.
It's not right. And then they only they only honored 3 of us out of the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you. We gotta, come on. Not saying that, I had to be honored, because I am honored by people coming to my performances, by people taking this record and buying it. And I'm not talking about number 1 on the play list charts. I'm number 1 on the bought it list.
Yes. Yes.
So I sell out everywhere. I'm so appreciative. I love my people. You guys are my rewards, and it's just, I talk a lot of mess, but I don't even like going to award shows. I don't even.
all that styling and profiling for nothing.
And now it was like, what did you got on? Shit, the shit I wore last year. That's what I got on. Shit, some shit I ordered on the internet. Wow. You want one? I can get you one.
Okay.
What are you wearing? Myself. Shit.
I was watching somebody on some red carpet, and he said, "What are you wearing?" He said, "I got this at Macy's." So
he's like, "What are you wearing?" A smile, because I'm happy, because I'm not freaking controlled by you.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I'm wearing a smile because all of this is actually superficial. I'm just here because
it's so superficial. It's painful. It's because the kids, when you see, I was one too. I couldn't wait to go to NAA. But we went to NAACP. That was a big thing to us. Mm-hmm. So we would even get tickets and sit in a balcony or whatever, because we grew up in that all black blah, blah. NAACP meant more to me than anything. When I got a few of those awards, I was like, yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
So, but when I hear young people oh my God, I wanted this, I wanted that, I can't wait. And they're all talking about each other so bad. And, and I watched all of the, I have the young kids, so I used to try to keep up with them and, watch all the reality shows and talk to them about this one and that one. And I'm like so fucking hurt. Yeah. I'm so freaking hurt, because coming from the old school, right? That when we saw Black people on TV, everybody our age knows that oh my God, the Supremes are going to be on Ed Sullivan, or somebody Black is going to be on TV. It was a major, big freaking thing. So when they started to do these programs with the housewife and everything, I was so excited, because we're going to see African Americans or whatever, Black people in their natural habitat, with people with sense and, up to do, money and everything. And they were so pretty. They were so pretty, because, we always had to fight this stigma of, we say Aunt Jemima, but that's not what we mean. We had to fight the fat Black stigma.
The maids, and everybody was a maid or...
Yeah, everybody was fighting that, Aunt Jemima, even Aunt Jemima wasn't like that. So we're trying to rail against it. So when we saw, it was just we finally are on TV with, we always had one person like Diane Carroll, or one person, but now it's us, and we're beautiful, and we're in big, beautiful homes, and we have husbands. It said the housewives, they don't know what that meant to us. They don't know what that meant. And when I turned it on, and then, first, we watched it the first year, and now we've come all the way down to this.
They just tearing each other down. What happened to lifting each other up?
Watch it. After the first year, I'm like, I can't watch it.
But you did watch it the first year.
I did.
And why? Because of that. Because we were Black and beautiful and living appropriate. We thought we never had this before. They don't know that. Yeah. They don't know that.
No, they don't.
Because they 30 and 35. They wasn't here when Ed Sullivan was the only place we'd see a Black person now and then, or the Glenn Campbell show now and then. When Flip Wilson finally got his show, they don't know. They wasn't around. And so when we saw that coming, our age group, we turned it on.
Yes,
and they were beautiful.
I love Ed Sullivan was a little bit before me, but Flip Wilson, I love, and then of course Soul Train. So
of course,
yeah. And then that's gone, and But you feel me what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
That was a
It
big.
was the first. It was the first. They don't know that.
They
Even
don't.
then, I mean,
They don't know that. They don't know that.
that was our thing. It wasn't a lot of black on TV. We had Soul Train, like they had Bandstand, but we
on
got
Saturday.
Soul Train.
Yes.
You know, that was
And everybody came in and gathered around the TV when Soul Train came
Yeah.
on. Whatever
But
you was
I'm
doing, you
saying-
stopped to go watch some Soul Train.
But they don't know that. They don't know that. They think the privileges they're being afforded now, they think have always been ours.
Nope.
And they can come on TV and act the fool, cuss each other out, spit in each other's face, throw drinks on each other, all of this stuff. And this is what you do when you get some money. It made us. It hurt my feelings because I know
Exactly.
they're not like that.
And the
real
sad
life.
thing about it is that now the younger people are watching this and they think this is what you do when you get money. This is what you
Well,
do.
yeah,
This is how you
because-
act.
You see what they do now? They renting the Airbnbs and tearing them up and shooting. They can't go to a restaurant without shooting. They can't do nothing without shooting each other up and fighting somewhere or what. And why? When did this really get so out of hand?
because the drama is the point, and drama makes the money, and everybody's chasing the bag. You know, that's it. Okay, but I gotta be, you know,
Everything. If you say it in the name of the bag, it's okay to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed that child. I had to get my bag. I had to step over that. You know,
yeah.
they don't care what it is. They want the bag. And,
Yeah.
and when they get it, they ain't got enough to do nothing with it.
The degradation is the point. Well, you know what, Mickey? We don't want to stop you from eating your food.
Right?
You know, I'll see you later.
Your food and came weak because me and Troy will be talking. We'll talk your head off.
Okay.
You know, think, am I going to microwave it or?
Well,
I'm definitely gonna go sit back in the bed, eat my gumbo. Oh gosh. But I really enjoyed our time together here.
I did too. And I'm so glad you came on and we were able to converse and talk about history and talk about what's going on now and just have a good time and fellowship.
Yes, I love it. That's what Troy, you know, the shows that Troy has, it's based off of conversations we used to have when we were lucky enough to meet people like you. You know, we lucky enough to be friends with, you know, singers like Lettucey and Karen Wheeler and Cindy Mizell.
I'm Karen Wheeler. Oh my God.
Yes.
I know all those, but I miss Karen.
Me too.
I miss Karen Wheeler. I love her singing. I want her to make a record.
Right. So, you know, we've been fortunate in that way. So we're like, okay, let's have an outlet for people like you, Karen, what you all are still doing music. You're still doing records. We'll have this outlet for people like you and for new artists too. So people can hear it. And luckily with podcasts, you can hear them all around the world. So people
play me as much as you can.
Oh, definitely. You know we are. Shoot.
please.
Are you
hear
kidding?
me? You stick it to them because according to them, those blackball, you can't get this, you ain't gonna never. Fuck them. Stick it to them.
I love it.
Let them know they don't run nothing. God run everything.
Tell them.
Absolutely.
Tell them. So I'm trying to see what song we gonna ride out on here.
Ooh, there's so many.
I know. Should we say that's what love is with you
Name
and Gerald?
some and then I get to pick.
Go ahead, pick it.
Go ahead, name something.
Come home to me.
Okay, everybody like that. I like that too.
Yeah,
Very
me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
Anybody that's listening, and if I ever dated you, don't come home here. Don't come here.
Okay, stay your behind home. It's not an invitation.
That's a long time ago.
Okay, well let me tell you.
Mickey got songs and jokes. I love it.
But let me tell y'all, go on out and stream it, buy it, support Mickey, support independent artists, going out there and buy it, going out there and stream it, share it, tell somebody else, let somebody else hear it.
And treat yourself. When she comes to your town, go see her. You will not be disappointed.
Exactly.
No, I won't disappoint you. I'll come.
No, she gonna bring it all. So what did we say? Oh, come on to me. And you know what? Check out this podcast on www.bassentertainment.com and all podcast platforms. So if you are listening on one thing and you know somebody else don't have it, tell them to go to the website or tell them to go to Apple or whatever.
Send me the link. And post it on Mickey, that MIKITHAT.
Oh, I definitely will. It'll be out tomorrow, and I'll send you the link. Okay?
Great.
I'm definitely will. So,
Okay, I'm going to eat. I love y'all.
all right, go on and eat, Mickey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again, we have been listening to the incredible, the legendary Miss Miki Howard. Yes.
Enjoy your gumbo.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl. And this is Come Home to Me.
Stepped over the line, now didn't you, baby? Now you wanna come home. You found that the grass wasn't really a whole lot greener than you'd already known. And now you wanna know, baby, if there is hope that this heart of mine, where your love used to be, still gets lonely for you when you're not here with me. I know that you're